Hello class, today we're looking at Chapter 6, Lesson 2, Area of a Parallelogram. So the floor plan of a building is in the shape of a parallelogram. So that means each side is parallel, they're exactly the same, like train tracks are parallel. You can calculate the area of a parallelogram to determine how much office space is available on a given floor of a building. So the height of a parallelogram is the length of a perpendicular segment connecting one base of a parallelogram to the other. So this is a picture of a parallelogram. This one is parallel to this one, and this base is parallel to this base. So what it's saying is that you need to find the length of the perpendicular. So a perpendicular line is a perfect T. Okay, so this line right here is perpendicular to the base, right? This is the baseline. This line is perpendicular. And if you found that, if you knew that height and the base, we would be able to find the area. So the diagram below relates formula for the area of a rectangle to the formula of the area of a parallelogram. So it's showing you a picture here of here is, right, so this is the parallelogram. But really, it's almost that it is just taking this corner piece of the rectangle, breaking it apart, and then moving it to this side, right? So that's where this one comes from. So that's why if we know what the height is and the base, it's the same, because the area of a rectangle is length times width. The area of a parallelogram is base times height. So let's write that down. The area of a parallelogram is equal to the product means multiplication, of any base and the corresponding height. And notice we have B for base, H for height. Okay? So let's look at finding the area of this parallelogram. So anytime you see this line coming down, even if it's outside, that is telling us what the height is. So it just has to be that it's perfect L to make it perpendicular. So an L or a T would make it perpendicular. So find the area of the parallelogram. So all we are going to have to do is multiply the base times the height. So area equals base times height. So therefore the area is going to equal the base is 9 inches times the height is 15 inches. So if we multiply those together, we get 135. Therefore, the area is 135 inches squared. Whenever we are talking about area, it is going to end in whatever the measurement is, inches, centimeters, feet, etc., squared, the 2 above it. Okay, so that's for area. So you try the next one, come back to me when you are done and check to see if you got it correct. Okay, so you should have got 90 centimeters squared, 9 times 10. So now we're going to look at relating the perimeter to the area. Because you can also use the lengths of the sides of a rectangle to find the perimeter. So if we are looking at this example here, this says that this side is 5 centimeters and the area equals 30 centimeters squared. So to find the perimeter, because perimeter is when we add each of these sides together. We're not multiplying, it's adding each side together. So if we know that this one's 5 centimeters, we need to find out what this one is. So we know that the area is 5 times I don't know what yet equals 30. So if we go 30, the area equals 5x. And we solve for x, divide by 5, divide by 5, x equals 6. So this side equals 6. So now what is the perimeter of the rectangle? Well, if this side is 6, then this side is also 6. And if this side is 5, this side is also 5. So then we just add them all together. 5 plus 5 plus 6 plus 6 equals, these two equal 10, those two equal 12. We add those together equals 22. So the perimeter equals 22 centimeters. Okay, so you may have to plug in the formula. So you remember the formula is A equals base times height for area. And I'm sorry, I totally skipped over what the perimeter was up here. So perimeter is when you add all the sides together. Think of it as like building a fence around something. It's not trying to find the area inside. You just want to know what's the outside, how much is in the outside. So that's the perimeter. Add all the sides together, and that equals the perimeter. So I had you add them all together. Really, perimeter equals 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. Okay, so that's your equation for perimeter. It works out exactly the same if you just add them all together. Okay, so your homework is page 225 and 226, number 7 through 21 odd. Happy homeworking!